At weight, at 154, how you think Crawford did?
You know, they are a weight class for a reason, and you need to ask him. It's different. I know in his mind he think he can do whatever he wants because he's very talented fighter.
He's gonna put the beats on him like Dr. Dre.
Do we get a knockdown from Canelo, or does Bud knock down Canelo?
Nah, Canelo's not going down. You could hit Canelo with a Louisville slugger. He's just gonna smile at you.
They ain't say gonna beat them.
The rivalry between Crawford and Canelo has officially escalated, going beyond the upcoming fight in September. What was initially intended to be a professional build-up to one of the most anticipated bouts in modern boxing has taken an unexpected twist following a heated confrontation at an airport earlier today.
This fight, because of everything around it, everyone around it, the fact that it might be on Netflix, we're hearing, as a part of a big deal with TKO.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be bigger. Even the Mayweather fight is gonna be bigger than that.
You think it does more pay-per-view buys than the Mayweather fight?
Yeah, I think.
Crawford, who had previously expressed his lack of respect for Canelo, escalated the situation further when he grabbed the Mexican champion by the collar and pushed him during an intense confrontation.
I believe he can put a beating on anybody 154, 160.
But not 68.
Nah, Benavidez is...
Canelo. Yeah.
Oh, Canelo. I think he's a smart fighter. He doesn't rely on his power. Crawford ain't a fighter who just relies on his power.
No one expected this, especially not so soon. While there's been plenty of talk, Crawford has never held back from proclaiming his intentions to dethrone Canelo. He's openly criticized Canelo, calling him overrated and insisting that he'll expose him in the ring. However, laying hands on him before the fight, that's a whole different level. Canelo, determined not to back down, appeared ready to strike back, but before he could, others intervened. If anyone thought this fight was just about titles and legacy, they should reconsider. Crawford has delivered the clearest message possible. He's not here to play around.
Crawford got Canelo, bro. He got to worry about the big Mexican, bro. You got to worry about Canelo Alvarez.
Your new stablemate, so give us a prediction then.
Prediction? It's boxing, though. I got Canelo stopping him. Too big, bro.
Any way you think.
I'm not going to speak for Canelo's team, but me and my father already insisted in sparring Canelo for Crawford. Like, actually sparring, because I know one thing is that they're going to want to, their game plan is to box Canelo, and we the best boxers there is, bro. But we going to...
Let's not forget, this is all unfolding while Canelo is preparing for his May 2nd fight against William Skull in Saudi Arabia. That bout is crucial for solidifying his dominance at super middleweight and reclaiming his undisputed status. However, now there's a new distraction in the form of Crawford, who clearly isn't waiting until September to rattle Canelo. The timing of this confrontation couldn't be more significant. Canelo should be focused on William Skull, but after today's incident, it's impossible for him to ignore the brewing storm ahead.
Gotta look good in order for you won't mess up your next fight. Because if you fight this guy, you don't look good. The fans, I don't want. He's not gonna look good at win with this guy. You gotta constantly have fights that you know and fight a guy that's gonna make you look good. The guy gotta pressure you or something. You know, this guy's running around. Crawford's not used to this kind of movement and
Weird
stuff.
fit.
Yeah. Oh.
Team Crawford is trained with intense focus. Coach Brian "Bulak" McIntyre has been emphasizing that this fight isn't about the money. They think we're here for the paycheck, Crawford said, rejecting that idea. For Crawford, Canelo is just another obstacle in proving he's the best of this generation. This fight is about legacy, not money. Bulak agrees, saying, I take nothing from Canelo, but when Bud's locked in, it's different. Bud doesn't need this for the money. He needs it to prove he's the best.
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight. You know, and he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terrence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that...
Bulak is no stranger to big fights and knows exactly how to prepare a fighter for the biggest stages. He was there when Crawford dismantled Errol Spence Jr. in their undisputed welterweight fight, a matchup many expected to be close but turned into a one-sided beatdown. Crawford had already predicted it. I'm going to mess him up, Bo. And that's exactly what happened, dropping Spence 3 times and stopping him in the 9th round. Crawford is bringing that same intensity to Canelo. His mindset remains unchanged. He's not here for a competitive fight, but to make a statement. If today's airport altercation is any indication, Crawford isn't waiting for fight night to start asserting his dominance.
Terrence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, you know, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. You know, Terrence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight.
Even before the airport incident, Crawford had been showing he's locked in for this fight, bulking up and sharing pictures of his new physique to prove he's serious about moving up 2 weight classes. Doubts about his ability to handle Canelo's power don't faze him. He's been proving people wrong his whole career. Canelo, on the other hand, has stayed quiet, focusing on Williams' skull. But after today's altercation, Crawford made it personal. If Canelo wasn't serious before, he is now. The real question is whether he can keep his cool leading up to September.
I'm easy work. I heard him say, I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you know, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want 200 million for Benavidez, and he want 150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy.
This situation has gone beyond just boxing. It's become personal. Crawford's words suggest he's not just focused on winning, but on making a statement against Canelo. It's no longer only about strategy and skill. It's about sending a clear message. If today's events are any indication, we may be witnessing one of the most intense rivalries the sport has seen in years. Crawford is already anticipating the September showdown and isn't shy about his intentions. I want to prove to the world that we're the best team and that Terrence is the best, he said. While some may think it's all about money, no one is going to back down from this challenge. Watch and see.
You know, being that you're obviously, again, a pillar in Team Crawford, can you confirm? Are we going to see that fight? Has it been made official? Is it official?
It's on, baby. September 13, baby. Look forward to it. Crawford versus Canelo.
Heard it.
Listen how I said it.
Hey, are we getting this confirmation here first?
You understand? Yeah, it's confirmed. Man, what?
Say less.
Crawford versus Canelo, not the other way around. Team Crawford, stand up. Pound for pound, the best in the world. Soon to be the super.
This fight has definitely gained a new level of intensity. What started as a battle for history has turned into something much more heated. Canelo may have had other thoughts before, but now he knows exactly what's ahead in September. Crawford's early moves have certainly shaken things up. Shawn Porter, who's fought Terrence Crawford, didn't just say it's possible for Crawford to beat Canelo. He outright stated that Crawford can win. This isn't just a guess. It's coming from someone who's felt Crawford's power and skill in the ring, and his words make a lot of sense.
Oh, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion.
Crawford isn't just another skilled fighter. What sets him apart, according to Porter, is his mentality. Porter called him the most competitive man he knows, which is a bold statement, considering Porter has faced Errol Spence Jr., Yordenis Ugas, Keith Thurman, and Kell Brook. Crawford's focus, drive, and determination are on another level. And that's why Porter believes Canelo could break down after 8 or 10 rounds. Canelo is still a top fighter, but with the number of tough battles he's had over the years, Porter thinks Crawford's relentless style could wear him down.
I wonder how effective Crawford can be if he keeps moving up in weight. You know, like, you're starting to see that, you know, now he's not quite as strong. The knockout streak is over. But he can box really, really well. But Majumov pressed him the whole fight. So obviously the power wasn't getting the respect that he might have gotten when he was.
Shakur Stevenson saw this coming back in 2021, right after Crawford stopped Shawn Porter. He predicted that Crawford would be the one to beat Canelo, based on style, skill, and Canelo's weaknesses. This was before Bivol dominated Canelo in 2022, so Stevenson was ahead of the curve.
They're 2 great pound-for-pound fighters, and they feel like, you know, it makes sense, and they want to fight each other. Stylistically, it's a great fight, but, you know, Canelo, he's a big dude, and I think it'd be hard for anyone to beat him at 168. But, you know, it's definitely a big money fight, and that's why
Jermell Charlo was running is because he didn't get Nelo's respect. 2, Nelo was boxing so well that Charlo couldn't hit him. He was trying to touch him and move back.
He weighed himself the other day. He was 185 pounds.
He just looks scrawny in the ring.
He gets
at,
down.
140? 150?
Well,
150.
he just won the 154-pound title, and, you know, before that he was fighting at welterweight, which is 147. It's not like he doesn't have time to, like, thicken up a little bit. And if he's walking around at 185, that means he probably cuts a considerable amount of weight to get down to 54. 100%. But I think he's getting thicker. And
based on last fight, is a 50-50. So Canelo fights an undisputed champ, up-and-coming former champion, and an up-and-coming undefeated contender. And somehow those 3 last opponents are somehow compared to Bud's Madrimov fight, making it a 50-50 fight.
Wow. So I think that's weird, you know, because you'd have to gain like, what, 20 pounds? Yeah. But they say that's the money fight. That's the mega fight. That's the money fight. That's the only thing that makes sense to Terrence Crawford.
Well, you know what I mean? Catch weight. You can do something at a catch weight.
What weight you think?
I like 160. In boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terrence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that favor Canelo is that, you know, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better.
I think a lot of Canelo fans, for some reason, they know that there's no excuse. If he loses to Bud, this is a huge mark on his resume. If he beats Bud, he does beat a very accomplished fighter in his era. But there's no ready-made excuses in this fight for Canelo. Canelo should win this fight. And Canelo hasn't been in the fight that, you know, there's no excuses. As far as a big fight, there's no excuses. He can't look as, I was daring to be great. No, this is a fight that on paper Canelo should win. Even if Canelo doesn't look convincing like in a win, that might be a mark on the fight itself.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terrence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermell Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember